Those Damn Ross Kids is a podcast for adults, and the opinions expressed do not reflect the opinions of our employers or even ourselves. We'd like to hear from you. Give us a call at 419-528-TDRK to leave a voicemail, and we just may play it on the show. I'm jealous of your ability to wear hats, Chris.
It's okay.
Have you decided to branch out from the the standard baseball hat?
What would I put on?
I don't know, some kind of some
boot.
some kind of boot, like a cat in a calendar. No, I'm picturing like a pork pie, like a fedora.
You just like to say pork pie,
like a huntsman, like a houndstooth, like a wingspan.
You're making up hats now.
Those Damn Ross Kids, a conversation between brothers, featuring Chris and Cole Ross.
Yeah, your head's a weird shape too.
Oh, it's so weird. Like I've contemplated like doing a shave, like just taking a number 6 all around the dome, but I'm afraid of what kind of like non-Euclidean geometry would just avail itself and drive people mad in a Lovecraftian manner.
See, I started the hat wearing early, so my head grew into the hat, as opposed to you now trying to bind your head into a hat.
It's like Chinese foot binding, which is a terrible practice and should never be allowed.
American baseball head binding. A sport steeped in tradition.
Hey, Chris, what episode is this?
Episode number 75 of the comedy podcast, Those Damn Ross Kids.
Do you know what 75 is, Chris?
What?
That's 3/4. That's 3/4, son.
3/4 of 100.
What are we going to do for the 100th episode, Chris?
Oh, math.
It's going to last 63 hours.
It is 25 weeks. What can you do in 25 weeks?
What can you do in 25? Prepare some kind of live extravaganza.
That's like 6 months.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
we're about there.
Make it till then.
I don't know. I can barely stand you as it is.
No. Good thing you moved away.
Exactly. Distance is the best thing for us.
It is. It is.
Oh, that it is. Hey, Chris. My name is Cole Ross, and you are
Chris Ross,
and we're here to entertain your asses. This is Those Damn Ross Kids. Those Damn Ross Kids. Mon.
Did you say Those
Damn Ross Kids? Mon.
That's correct.
Hey, Chris, can you tell me a story?
Yeah, I think last episode I might have started out with a fun fact about a public figure, and that train's going to keep going. Apparently, it's well known. I learned, but apparently it's well known that Keith Richards inspired Johnny Depp's Pirates of the Caribbean character.
It's a fact.
You knew this.
I knew this because, didn't Keith Richards show up in movie number 7 to play his dad? Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did. Movie number 7, Pirates of the Caribbean, the Secret of the Sargasso Sea.
That's the one. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, in a recent episode of the Ellen DeGeneres show, Depp revealed that the inspiration behind his version of Willy Wonka by saying, "I imagined what George Bush would be like if he was incredibly stoned." And he followed that up with, and thus was born my version of Willy Wonka.
And thus that movie was terrible, just like George Bush's presidency.
I guess that would... Why do you have to do that?
Sorry. No, did you hear about the Steve Jobs Willy Wonka thing?
No.
Okay. So back when the iMac first came out, the Steve Jobs' legacy, his second act, after he was kicked out of Apple and then they bought Next, then they brought him in and it was okay, here's this, here's this genius back here. Just his really big success in 1998, 1999 was the iMac, right? That was a huge thing. The iPod was still in development, but the iMac was a big thing. His big idea was to in every iMac anybody who bought an iMac had a chance to get a golden ticket to take a tour of the Apple campus.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if they were at One Infinite Loop yet or not. But yeah, he was going to give out golden tickets to take a tour of the Apple campus, and he wanted to dress up like Willy Wonka and introduce them as he gave them the tour. And because of like copyright law, he wasn't able to do it.
No, I did not. I did not know that. I mean, it doesn't surprise me.
No. He's a magical, whimsical fella.
Apparently, in this thing of the Ellen show, Johnny Depp also he noted that his Edward Scissorhands was inspired in part by a dog he once owned.
What?
You can't write that.
Is there? Did he elaborate that? Did he elaborate on that at all?
Not that I'm aware of.
God
End
damn.
quote.
End quote. And he didn't explain those bracelets that he wears either.
The guy got nothing. I just,
Man.
here I thought he was an incredibly talented actor.
I don't like that man that much at all. Yeah. I can respect talent. I mean, Ed Wood is one of my favorite movies in the entire world. You ever seen Ed Wood?
No, I didn't know. No.
Watch it. It's amazing. It's great. It's his best. It's his best movie, and it's Tim Burton's best movie. But
I don't know if I have any more time in my life for that.
No, it's good. It's great. It's about the guy who made Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Is that the way that they're going to get to the space station now?
Picture if American movie was failed. Picture if a picture of American movie was fiction instead of nonfiction, and that's what Ed Wood is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what that is. It's amazing.
Huh?
Yeah, no, it's great. Watch it. I don't know if it's on Netflix or not.
So does he have Downs or cystic fibrosis?
He has both.
Weird.
He has cystic Downs, Chris.
Cystic Downs?
Cystic Downs.
An avian bone arm.
Avian bone arm. Such fragile bones.
Such fragile bones in his left arm.
You know what? His only crime, Chris, was hugging somebody too hard, and also sexual assault,
and also flying in circles.
Hey, Chris, can I take you somewhere?
Go.
Somewhere we haven't been in a while.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
It's been a minute. Let me pull this lever here.
Your destination is...
No.
Okay. So, do you know what a singularity is, Chris?
Yes.
Can you describe a singularity to me?
Yes.
Okay.
It is when only one thing occurs.
Kind of. A singularity rests at the center of every single black hole throughout the entire universe, including the one at the center of our galaxy. A singularity is the point at which an infinitely small amount of space contains an infinitely dense amount of matter. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So picture this. At the beginning,
seed.
The seed, right? At the beginning of the universe, the Big Bang, infinite amount of universe explodes, accounting for the ballooning effect of the universe, which is that the universe is expanding at an ever accelerating rate that will eventually decelerate and collapse back in upon itself. All right. But there are multiple black holes throughout the universe. Okay, I mean this has been observed through gravitational lensing. This has been observed just in general. There was only the one black hole that accounted for the creation of our universe. We wouldn't be able to observe it except as the one direction through which our universe expands.
The
right?
Truth and the light.
The truth and the light, the one who is called I Am. Right. This is proof of the Christian God. No, but this
big H little E.
Him, big H little I Am. Not instant messaging, Chris. AOL got nothing to do with this. No, but this very simple idea has caused astrophysicists to say, hey, what about this? What if every single black hole, what if every single singularity throughout the universe contained its own universe inside of it?
I've thought of that.
Are you freaking out yet?
No, man.
I'm not a man. I'm not a main guy of pot.
What if every cell in our body is like a whole solar system? Man,
Thank
the
you.
universe unto itself.
Thank you, Kiefer. Not Kiefer.
What
Thank
if
you,
we just
Donald.
exist on singularity of another thing?
Wasn't that Donald Sutherland in Animal House? What if every cell of our bodies was a solar system unto itself?
Yeah, I think so. That's what I'm repeating. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
My hands look weird. Ooh.
Donald Sutherland. He was a fucking badass, wasn't he?
Yeah, kind of.
No. The Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
So why did you say that?
What? No. That's just a new theory. I mean, it's not like a new theory, but it's something that I found on the Fox News SciTech site as I was doing research hastily before this episode. And
Gotcha.
the highlight
sense.
was every black hole contains a new universe. Which is, if the black hole theory is to make sense, which is this idea of an infinitely dense point of infinitely small space contains an event horizon, which, if breached by the matter inside, can create a whole new universe. Just infinite meets infinite. So there could be, alternate copies of us, on and on down all the way until we reach the Dark Tower and dethrone the Crimson King. And save all of all world from the Prim, right?
Yeah. Okay. yeah. I mean, it is. Yeah. I'm sorry. I hit next on my iPod. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Staying in the science zone with something a little bit more, not black hole-ish.
The Dark Tower.
Swimmers who pee in a lake could be responsible for the death of 500 fish.
God damn it! You stole it from me.
Yep. Experts believe that a significant amount of urine in the popular Eichbaum Lake in northern Germany is linked to an algae bloom that poisoned the fish. Swimmers who urinate in the lake are introducing a lot of phosphates, says a spokesperson for the Hamburger Angling Association. Which is fun too. He said that they're calculating a half liter of urine per swimmer per day, which is incredible. Phosphate contributes to the buildup of blue-green algae, and swimmers are currently barred from the lake because of the algae bloom. Now, there's a little bit of a second part of this story. Did you happen to remember any of that?
It's controversy because this is thought to be, it's thought to be political. It's there's a long-standing battle between fishermen and bathers for this lake in Hamburg, Germany, right? So it's thought that the fishermen went out and said, "Hey, all these swimmers are pissing in our lake and taking away our livelihood," whereas the bathers are like, "Hey, these fishermen, they're harsh and are mellow," right?
Absolutely. I mean, it's classic, swimmer fisher, conflict.
Chris, it's motorists versus bicyclists. It is Zeppeliners versus submariners, and it is boaters versus swimmers.
You know who wins, right?
The predators?
The fishermen, yeah.
Exactly. No, there's an equally likely theory, which is that the people who ice skate on the pond or the lake as they go about their business are also likely for the death of the fish as well, because they wake them from their hibernation and cause them to lose their focus and die in the icy cold. Ice skaters could be waking these fish up, Chris.
That's all you got to do.
You know those signs by the lake that say "No wake"?
That say no cock? Sorry, you cut out.
That say "No wake"?
Oh, yeah.
Takes on a whole new grim meaning, don't it?
Don't it?
Don't it?
Do it.
Don't it? No, don't it?
No, don't it.
So, Chris, can I tell you about an FTC ruling?
Federal Trade Commission.
Yeah. So debt collectors are a big problem in this country in these tough economic times.
You're telling me, eh?
Or economic times. I mean, oh boy, these headhunters, right? I mean, I just fucking I sign up for 12 free albums, and I got like 12 people knocking on my door. They're so economic. They're just knocking on my door, talking about the fucking economy. I'm telling them, no, walk away, right? No.
I can't go into a McDonald's without talking about the economy.
I'm just like, I'm here to get some hotcakes. some hotcakes and some scrambled eggs, and to make pizza. They don't make them anymore, but if you
ask for them, they'll still make them.
You enter a special,
gotta go off menu.
You enter a special pin code.
Break. Why not make me one too?
You enter a special pin on the debit card pad, and they'll make one for you. They'll bring it out. They send it on a remote control helicopter. McPizza and McRib, no matter what time of year it is, with a Shamrock Shake topper.
They'll make you flavor burst nuggets too.
McRib with Shamrock sauce. No, but apparently the FTC has been trying to crack down on debt collectors, including debt collectors who are trying to collect on their debts by disguising themselves as Ed McMahon and trying to collect on magazine subscription debts. So is Ed McMahon still alive? Like, I'm gonna let me type ostentatiously on my loud keyboard to see if Ed McMahon is still alive. Oh, sorry. Whoa.
That was weird.
Wikipedia.org. Ed M-A-H-O-N. I don't know how I know how to spell his name.
He's still alive. He's bankrupt.
No, he is not alive. He is very much dead. He died June 23rd, 2009.
Oh, that's right.
An American comedian, game show host, and announcer. Yes, sir. But this doesn't stop debt collectors from disguising themselves as Ed McMahon and presenting themselves as himself as a representative of the Publishers Clearinghouse, telling them that they have won millions of dollars, only to find out that no, you owe $23 to People Magazine. The FTC has said this is unethical behavior and you cannot do this. He died 3 years ago, Chris. It is currently May the 21st, 2012. And people are still disguising themselves as Ed McMahon.
I'm actually reading this I guess it's a website. It's called Marianne Live Radio. And she poses the question, if you came with a warning label, what would it say?
Okay.
And she says, what if people came with warning labels? The other day, I was at a pharmacy deliberating, of all things, which panty liner I should buy. I know, TMI. But while pursuing the 50 million choices I had, wings, no strings, I don't know how that would work, glue, long, short, tall, wide, double wide, etc. Wow.
Glue?
I didn't know.
What the fuck's a
I
panty
spotted
liner?
a caution label on the back of one of the boxes. Wow, I thought. I looked right and left, hoping no one saw me, spending way, way too much time contemplating feminine hygiene products. Anyway. Yeah. So, what if you came with a warning label? What would your warning label be? Think about that, listener.
Yes, think about that and submit it to our Facebook group.
Yeah. Anyway.
Warning, podcast fan, undateable.
Absolutely.
Warning, podcaster, unfuckable.
Dangerous, pharmaceutically nice. Speaking of which, a judge has ruled that a former Southern California police detective charged with kidnapping and raping a 25-year-old waitress at gunpoint will be allowed to use the Zoloft Defense.
What?
Lawyers for Anthony Nicholas Orban aim to prove he's not guilty because he was mentally unconscious and totally unaware of his actions during the attack due to the influence of the antidepressant. His lawyer is quoted as saying, "But for the use of Zoloft, Mr. Orban would not have committed these acts. Here, you have a police officer and a former Marine who for the last 10 years has been dedicated to protecting his country and protecting his community. This was totally out of character." The victim has testified that Orban punched her in the face, stuck the barrel of the gun in her mouth, and snapped photos of her with his iPhone, telling her to smile for the camera.
What?
Zoloft, dude, I didn't know.
Okay, I mean, this might be TMI. I don't care what.
You sure you want to do this?
I don't care what people know about me. I have 3 fucking podcasts a week. This'll
Smile.
Smile, you're on the internet. No, I take Zoloft. I haven't
Smile,
fucking...
I'm in you.
Smile, I'm in you. Smile, you're on the internet. Fucking, I take Zoloft, and that isn't a thing that happens.
Everyone's different.
Everybody's got different chemistry. I know this. I'm aware of this. How? What? How old was she?
25.
25. Okay, so he was a judge.
He was no, he was not a judge.
No, he should have been.
He was a police officer.
So he was an agent of the state.
Sure. Yeah. He was. You know, Judge Dredd.
I am the law. I can get up on the mic. Do you want me to?
No, I'm good.
No. Okay. Cool.
God knows what you're gonna do.
I am the law.
You don't even know what you're doing. You're unconscious.
You're unconscious because you're on Zoloft, and you're committing sex crimes. But you're okay because you're a police officer and you're an agent of the militarized police state, and nobody cares what you do.
There you go.
Makes me sick.
Thought you would enjoy that. Smile, I'm in you.
Do you know how like how many of your stories just make me sad?
You might need to have a little bit more medicine.
I guess. I don't know. Here, let me take a sip of my medicine.
There you go. That's what I was talking about.
Dangerous public consumption. All right. So, Chris, if you were to pick a weapon to rob a bank with, what would it be?
Probably a bomb.
Would you go through with it?
Yeah, people didn't listen.
just to prove you were serious? Would you wear some kind of bomb-proof suit?
No. Are you talking about robbing? I thought you meant to make people listen to my teleplay. No. I think it's what they called TV scripts in the 60s.
It's about a man who desperately wanted to have his own brand of football. It was called Spy Right. It's
about a kid who learned. It's about a man who learned history from Mad Men. Which is where I heard that term when I watched it earlier today. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. No. I mean, seriously, if you were to pick a weapon to rob a bank with, what would you do? This is a choose your own adventure.
A bomb.
God damn it. Okay, so you would choose a bomb.
A bomb.
So how do you envision this going?
I come in and I slip somebody a note. The teller. Let's just say the teller in this case. And I don't say anything. I just keep my head down, and she unfolds the note, and the note says, "Ask me if I have a bomb." And so she says, "Sir, do you have a bomb?" And I say, "Yes." Now give me the money.
And then you walk away scot-free?
Yeah. She says, "Well, what do you want me to put the money in?" And he says, "Do I have to open an account, or can you put the money in one of those free coolers?" And
well, you have to open an account to get the free cooler. Chris, you haven't thought this through. Do I have to whiteboard this shit?
Just keep some of the money that I'm stealing, open the account, I'll take the cooler, I'll put the money in it. That's all.
It's a $200 minimum, sir.
And then I remember, I have a bomb. Give me the cooler.
Okay, sir, take it. But you have to put the money in the cooler before you run away.
That's kind of how I see it going.
Yeah. Most banks gave away toasters, but cooler will also suffice. No, how about a syringe? No problem.
Geez.
Just a medical syringe, unknown liquid inside of it, saying, "Hey, give me all your money." Then the suspect fled the area with an undisclosed amount of money. No big deal.
Very uncomplicated.
Yep.
You know, you could do that. You can go to like Tractor Supply or something like that. Some sort of farm store, and you can get syringes, like because they're vet supplies. They sell there. You can just go in and get whatever you want.
Like one of those like big World War II like morphine syringes with the 2 rings on it. Like
They're
where
even smaller. No, they're just like regular plastic, hospital style syringes.
Yeah, hospital style.
There's like steroid. You can
Not
get steroids,
Picante
like
style?
corticosteroids and stuff there too. Yep.
Yeah, Wistrol.
Yep, boy, huh? I don't know why I said that. But
So he's still at large. He stole, a lot of money with a syringe. No big deal. Don't be a hero, Chris. That's our lesson. Like, if you take anything away from this week's episode, just don't be a hero. Because heroes, Chris, only exist in books and Dungeons and Dragons. Unless you got a 20-sided die to back yourself up.
blammo.
You ain't got shit.
A fun fact. People who specialize in such things say that they found a new cut of beef from a cow called the Vegas strip steak. We need to stop genetically modifying these cows to make different kinds of steaks, Cole. But they discovered
me
it because
personally,
cows haven't been around long enough.
How'd you find out?
Haven't been eaten long enough. They're like, oh my god, if you lift this up, there's a steak in there.
How'd you find out my plan? God damn it!
Drover's Cattle Network proclaims that the steak is the latest and perhaps last steak to be found from the beef carcass. Patents are pending, believe it or not. The tenderness of the Vegas strip steak is comparable to the New York strip steak. It does not require aging or marinating to achieve tenderness, and its visual appeal enhances the steak eater's overall enjoyment.
So, aged steak is a thing?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Like in a
thing.
Like in a cellar?
No, not like not like on the windowsill.
Aunt B's steak just cooling on the windowsill.
Aunt B's aging that meat again.
just airing it out between those curtains.
Yeah, no, that's not the way that works. I don't know how it works. I know that it's like 10 days or something. I'm sure it's very Googleable, and somebody probably will.
Yeah. You can bury it between a fucking ton of saltpeter, and it comes out, and it's delicious, and only the 5 richest kings of Europe can afford it. I don't care. Chris, I'm a simple man. I'm a man of top sirloin. I don't fucking care. I'm a simple man. New York strip, I don't care. If I knew the song Simple Man by Lynyrd Skynyrd, I would hum it, but I really don't. So I guess I'm not that simple? I don't know. But they discovered a new cut of meat on this animal that has been known to us for millennia.
I think that they found the singularity cut.
Did they? Is there a whole universe inside?
What's that?
There's a whole multiverse of different cuts inside of this. Chris, fucking top, bottom, and inside sirloin. Inside sirloin? It's crazy.
There's a flank inside sirloin?
Chris, sirloin flank.
Huh.
Which is the interdimensional home to the Grand Cosmic Prince, Sirloin Flank. That's his name. Loin Frank is his name.
Okay, I think that was the last cut on this joke, so go ahead.
Okay. So, speaking of steak, you might want to have some salad with that or before it, no problem. You want to have, baked potato with it. You got to have greens, starch, and meat. That is a meal. That is the technical definition of a meal. Ask any etiquette guide from the ages. However, are you a fan, Chris, of bagged or packaged salads?
Oh God,
Are
gonna
you?
do this to me?
Am I going to do this to you? Yes, I
just
am.
bought a big bag of whatever nasty funk you're going to tell me about. Yeah, I did.
Go. Oh boy, Chris, I hope you watched it. Did you have it tonight? Oh shit, did you eat it tonight?
No, I haven't eaten it yet.
No.
Maybe won't.
Oh God, steam it. Steam that shit till it's wilted. Because River Ranch, which is one of these brands of people that sells, bagged salads, says that some of their bagged salads might be home to Listeria monocytogenes, which are bacteria that can be known to cause death. No problem. This is mostly in California, but who knows what gets where in this global economy of ours. We have lead paint from China. We have fucking deadly bacteria from California. No big deal. So you open up your crispy bagged salad full of fresh greens and spinach and romaine and iceberg and some red onion and some shaved carrot in there with a little side serving of eternal damnation, Chris. Because not only will you die, but you'll go straight to hell.
Did you shoplift the salad?
Yes.
Then that's why you're dying and going to hell.
You can buy salad?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yes, symptoms of infection may include fever and muscle aches, sometimes preceded by diarrhea or other gastrointestinal symptoms, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. If you have bagged salad in your house, throw it out. What kind of cretin are you that you can't cut up your own spinach, that you can't cut up your own romaine, that you can't mix up your own vinegar and oil and pepper and salt, and just toss yourself a hearty, healthy pre-meal treat?
I assume that they're from Greece, right?
No, if it was Greece, it would be cucumber and tomato, and it would be awful.
Then where are cretins from?
God damn it, Chris.
Okay. You're gonna start singing, and you can do this on your own.
Okay, tell me a
do
story.
that on your own time.
Tell me a story.
All right. Hey, have you ever encountered a snotty attitude person at an organic food stand?
Does this have to do with organic food being related to a person being an asshole?
Hey, you ever read a question that made sense? No. Let me try that again.
Can I ask you a question?
Hey, you. Over there by the organic food.
Do you eat organic food?
Why are you so snotty?
Are you goddamn insufferable for eating food that is free range, for eating food that is sustainably farmed, for eating food that is ethically sustainable? Can I ask you a question? But before you answer, tell me, Chris.
You're like, I think that you're channeling Mitch Hedberg a little bit, but then you're also doing something else that's unoriginal too.
Yep.
Which is weird because you can do that well.
I was born to do it.
Apparently, psychologically, the person at the organic food stand that is acting snotty, there's some sense to it. And this is all according to a new study that analyzed how people reacted after looking at different kinds of foods. The person who conducted the study said there's something about being exposed to organic food that made people feel better about themselves. The study separated 60 people into 3 groups. I would assume 2020. One looked at pictures of organic food, another at comfort foods like cookies and brownies, and a third at foods that were neither, such as mustard and oatmeal. Later, the organic group judged people harder and made up moral scenarios and were less willing to help a needy stranger. The study runner said people feel like they've done their good deed and they think they have permission to act unethically later on. I gave it church, right? I gave it work.
Okay.
Whatever the case may be. Do you want to buy a balloon at the gas station? No, I don't want to buy a balloon.
Okay, so by a balloon, do you mean like a delightful?
No, I mean like a shamrock. Like
at the
fundraiser
Arby's,
things.
like
Would
Arby's.
you like to give $1 to, I don't know, whatever.
No, I would not, sir.
No,
Thank
I
you.
don't. No, I'm going to give $1 to me.
I'm going to give $1 to me. Like so many savings plans commercials, you got to pay yourself first.
Every time somebody asks me for a donation, I give myself that. That's how I save.
Yep.
You got any change? Yes, I do.
It is a guilt-based economy.
Well,
It is a guilt-based economy. For as lightened as I would like to think that I am, I was at a gas station in downtown Cincinnati earlier this weekend, and Yeah, somebody came up to me and asked me if I had 50 cents after I bought a bag of ice. He had no front teeth. And he said, "Hey, I've got just 50 cents will buy me a meal. There's this place down the street that has blah, blah, blah food for blah, blah, blah dollars." Like, "No, sir, I'm sorry. I don't have any change." Even though I bought a bag of ice and I had, 79 cents worth of change, and I didn't give it to him because he had no front teeth and I knew what he was going to, do with it. Does that make me like a bad person?
Yeah, it does. You're a horrible
Does
person.
It?
Yeah.
Like, man, I don't know. For as like enlightened as I'd like to, think that I like am,
Yeah.
it's hard. It's hard.
No, there's nobody better than who you think you are. At anything.
I was buying a bag of ice for a bachelor party, Chris, and I didn't want any trouble.
No, you name it. You name it, and Cole thinks the Cole that Cole thinks he is better at it.
But the Cole that Cole is, so much more inadequate.
But the Cole that Cole is, yeah.
The Cole that Cole is. It's hard. I mean, it's hard.
No, it is. It would shatter me if I found out.
It would shatter you if you found out what?
That I wasn't the person that I thought I was.
The person that you pretended to be?
Yeah. Wouldn't it be awesome if I said go and like all of your family burst into the room right now and just like held you down and told you what you really were?
See, because it's the great myth that we know ourselves better than other people know us, but that really is an illusion, right?
I mean, that's what I learned in the writing of the Cretans.
The Croatians, Chris. Speaking of, here in Hamilton County, which is where I live, that is in Ohio County, where Cincinnati is. The majority of the Cincinnati area is in Hamilton County. I believe that's where I live. They're ending the D.A.R.E program.
It's about time.
For people who aren't from our, is D.A.R.E like a nationwide thing?
Yeah, I think so. It was a sensation that swept the nation.
So it's an American thing. Like I know of plenty.
There was a whole cottage industry of decal makers and graphic artists that spray painted cars that just solely worked on the badass hot rod of a car or a cruiser for the D.A.R.E officer. Yep.
Yeah, badass hot rod to show how cool and hip and connected he was. No.
You know where I got this? I got it at an auction. It was used for drugs. Cool, I want to do drugs. I want a car like this. That's what I learned.
See, I'm not a main guy at drugs. Like, I don't do drugs. Like, the only drug that I do is alcohol, which...
Drugs do me.
Exactly. Oh, that is a lesson for the children of today. No, the only drug that I am an active participant in is alcohol. But even then, I kind of resent my my D.A.R.E education just because, man, if I took that to heart, I'd be fucked.
How would you cope?
I have no idea.
See, that's what they don't tell you.
They don't tell you. They don't tell you shit. They just tell you stay away from it. It's like abstinence-only education.
No, absolutely.
Man. So yeah, like the county has like no money to do anything. So they can't even keep police in the streets, let alone keep police in the schools to like keep an ear out for which parties are going to have, alcohol or cannabis or marijuana or weed or pot or any of those things.
Dude, even if you go to D.A.R.E.com,
yeah,
and you pull up D.A.R.E.com.
I'm standing up, so I can't tell you.
1992 is when this website was made. People stopped caring about this a long time ago.
It's all got a flashing gift that says
by
under construction.
The last time that, I mean, look at the scrolling graphics on that bar right there. Apparently, there's a D.A.R.E. lion now.
It's all got a MIDI of Paradise City.
Oh, it's horrible. Oh, it's awful. It looks like the worst community library site that you've ever seen.
Oh, it's so bad. Like,
dude,
Wow.
I almost want to fund this program just so this will stop.
Dare kids this way.
Well, let's see. There's a Hispanic kid, a white boy, a white girl, an Asian in the banner there.
Yeah, it's an Asian. The little lion character is running across in an animated GIF kind of fashion. I think the white girl on the right is in a wheelchair, but they had to crop her.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Yeah.
I see the handle there. It's behind her strap.
All the goddamn wheelchair kids are getting cropped these days. I don't understand.
If there's any kids who should be allowed to do drugs, it's wheelchair kids.
just so I can imagine my dead limbs moving.
There you go.
There we go, Chris. God, that is so bad. I think it's frames.
That's horrible.
Jesus.
It's
that
horrible.
Flash? No, I have Flash disabled, so that's GIFs. That's all GIFs straight away.
They should give that site away. Give me that domain. Give me that domain.
Give me that domain. Dare.
D.A.R.E.com.
What if D.A.R.E.com
D.A.R.E.com.
redirected to Duckfeed.tv?
Hey, the gigantically popular app Angry Birds is extending its brand into luxury jewelry. After hitting 1 billion downloads in May and launching successful lines of toys and clothes, which were monsters during the holiday, apparently, game maker Rovio, which is apparently a thing, is testing its merchandise appeal with a more upscale clientele. The launch item is a $290 silver ring depicting the Mighty Eagle character from the mobile game.
Is that the red one?
I don't know. I don't know which one that is. It's the Mighty Eagle. Also, pendants and bracelets featuring the belligerent avians. Love that.
Belligerent
will be up
avians.
for sale for around $50 each.
Wait a minute. Diamond bracelets for $50 each?
No, it's pendants and bracelets. I assume it's going to be like silver or something. Yeah, silver. I just thought it was interesting. They're going to be everywhere.
That's just one of those things that, like, I remember when Angry Birds was like a niche thing. I hate to be that guy.
You're always that guy.
God,
and you love him.
You love that man.
I hate to be that guy. No, you don't.
No, you don't. You just, God, I don't know. Just Angry Birds. So you play Angry Birds, right? You let your progeny.
No, I'm done with it.
You let your progeny play Angry Birds?
Huh?
You let your progeny play Angry Birds.
Prodigy was an ISP at one time, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Progeny, not prodigy. Progeny.
Prodigy,
your daughter likes Angry Birds.
Oh, yeah, she does.
Yeah, it's great, right?
Oh, it's freezing down here, Cole.
It's you're in our parents' basement, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in my own apartment. That's nice,
Good
right?
for you.
I'm gonna go lay on my bed and play Angry Birds.
Good
Why
for
not?
you.
Do you know? Do you know that if an Asian person said Angry Birds, you know what it would sound like?
No. I just imagined you making your hands like hawks and having them fight over your penis. I don't know. Just like swooping and stroking. I don't think that they do that, but I'm not going to think about that anymore, actually. Not even going to think that out.
This has been Those Damn Ross Kids.
Hey Chris, can I tell the listeners what they can do?
Yeah, or they could just listen to the last episode at the end, because we said it then.
Any of our episodes.
Yes, we said that before.
Okay. Duckfeed.tv.
Good night.
Those Damn Ross Kids. iTunes. Reviews. Tell your friends.
Good night.